Coming up on the next episode. Good Saturday morning to you all, YouTube. I am here with you on the bench, or at the bench. I keep saying that wrong. I am back working on the MFP, as you can see. That rhymes. I like that. What I am doing, after I made this panel here, I thought, that is a heck of a good way of doing this. And I thought, I think I'm just going to keep it up. And that's what I have been doing. Let me back up here a little bit and you'll see. This is the one for the meter, or the variac, voltmeter, ammeter down here. Of course the control will be in the middle. I don't have that back in there yet, but it will come back in. I have screws set up, ready to, holes all set up, and I have made sure they all fit good, and they do. And so that's that. Now, the other part that I thought, well, why not even just continue that down on the front? And let's take a look at that. As you can see here, pretty clearly, I think. This is a plastic panel I made for the variac output. You have the basically the, as I told you, that I wanted to show to where this red showed, because that lets you know that it's on. And so that's how that works. That's for the variac DC power supply, plus and minus. And there's our fuse. And that pretty much covers the variac, or the power supply. That's really all you have to have on it. Now this next bunch of stuff here is I've tried to take things down from the top. Let me back you up a little bit. There you go. This is the AC voltmeter, and that's the these two here are the yellow ones, are the hookup for that. That will go directly into the voltmeter and give you a reading. Now this switch here is for the next thing down, which is the function generator. This is our switch between sine and square wave. So one way is square wave, the other way is sine wave, and you can switch it real easily. So that's that. This is the output for it, for the function generator, the BNC. And next thing down is the frequency counter. Or I'm sorry, this is the on-off switch for the function generator. These three control here go with the function generator. There will be, by the way, there will be a strip down here of labels which tells everything that's here. And I think also I'm going to try to put it in here as a label, and then, like I say, here this will be DC power supply, something to that effect. And then down here will be, to tell you what each one is and stuff like that. But that's a good ledge there for the label to stick to, and it'll go across there. But anyway, like I said, this is these three here are for the function generator, on-off, output, and sine square. And then this last one here is for the frequency counter, on off, and of course the input for the frequency counter. Now that is that one. Now the next thing coming up is the is going to be, that's this way here. I don't have it done yet, obviously. And this is what this is going to be. These are going to be the outputs for the filament transformer. These will be yellow also. There will be a switch here in the middle. One way 6 volt, one way 12 volt output. And of course this will be the power switch for it. And I've tried to keep it consistent using these larger switches for the AC powered components, like the filament transformer and the DC power supply, and then use the smaller switches for the DC low voltage type switches. So that's what I've been trying to do. So on the other one, the next one is again going from the top is the scope, and that is a on-off and a BNC for the input to the scope. And that's really all that is. All the rest of the controls, and back up again here, all the rest of the controls are on the scope itself. And so that's really all we need is an on-off and an output for it. So in this last one here, now you don't see anything else there. I understand that, because the component tester has its own, is all its own. In other words, when you press that button there, it turns on and stays on for whatever time limit it is, and then it goes off. So there's really no necessary other switches for that. So that's that. Now this other area down here, let me get back down here a little bit, is for the tester that I made, the LC tester, Don's Restorable Radios, and that will go here. This is going to have a BNC out to hook up to whatever circuit, LC circuit we want to hook it up to, and of course an on-off switch, and that's really all that needs. So there you go. Also, now I don't have it on here yet, but there will be a pilot light here, that red pilot light, or whatever color I decide to go with, showing that it is on. And like I said, that's in the circuit on the schematic and everything. I just got to put it in here. Don't have it in there yet. So I haven't got this nibbled out yet, is why I haven't got that done. But that will go here, obviously, in this next space. This whole way of doing it, it makes it just easier to do. Because instead of having to drill 15 holes in this metal, and then, you know, if I want to change anything later on, I have a hard time doing that, because, you know, I have to drill new holes and it's not going to match up. Whereas this way, all I have to do is redesign this whole, this is a 40 millimeter by 105 millimeter on this one. This one's 100 millimeters here by 40. And like I said, I can just basically go in and redesign this and put whatever I want on there and change it around. In fact, I could go ahead and just do another one with a hole for the pilot light, or the LED. But that's not that hard to drill that stuff, and I think I'll just drill it out. It'd be easier to do. But anyway, these, again, if I didn't tell you, yeah, this is the output for the filament transformer, 2 yellow banana jacks. This will be the 6 volt, 12 volt switch, power switch for it. This is the scope on-off and input, I'm sorry. And this is the tester, LC tester, on-off, and the output for it. And like I said, there will be a LED there. But other than that, that's going to be it. So I think it's gonna be very well done. I think I'm happy with the way it's turning out, especially with all this added stuff that I'm doing to it. And like I said, it's just going to be really good. Let me get you an overview of the whole thing here. But I'm very, very pleased with it indeed. And like I said, I wish I would have thought about this. Of course, I you know, when I started this project, I didn't have a 3D printer. You know, I was going all out just using the metal part itself, which would have worked, and it still would have, but like I said, it's just easier to do this way. These meters here, they fit so much better in this plastic than they did in the metal. They were loose in the metal. They're nice and tight in here. And it's just so much easier to work with this plastic than it is that metal. And like I said, it's just easier to design everything on the 3D printer in Tinkercad, and be able to go in and change it around if I need to change something around before I print it, and that's what I've done. And it's worked out really well. So very happy with the way it's going. I just wanted to kind of bring you guys back for a little update on it, and show you that I am working on this. I haven't stopped. Again, the hardest part, I got to thinking about this last night, the hardest part is going to be getting this all wired. Every one of these things have to be wired in. Now, what I think I want to do is try to keep the AC stuff separate, and get the bottom part of the wooden part for this that's got the transformers mounted to it, and the other things mounted to, put that in last, and that hopefully I'll have everything, just be able to hook it up, and you know, be able to do it that way. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see how it comes out. But anyway, that's what I've been working on, and like I said, I've been working on it most of the morning, and like I said, it's not a big deal, and so it's just fun for me to get in there and do this. I have one more panel to make now. Again, this one's going to go here on the front. Get you back down a little bit more. And then there'll be one here about the same size as the one on the other end for the signal tracer. And I think as right now that's all that's going to go there is a signal tracer. So, and I don't have a finalization on that on the design, so I didn't make it yet. And once I do, that's probably one of the next things I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get that figured out so I can get the holes cut and stuff like that. But it's just, like I said, it's just so much easier to nibble a big space here out, and then, like I said, it's got plenty of metal in there. It's not really taxing the strength, integrity of the metal, and especially with the plastic in there, it's good and strong. There's no problems with it at all. So I think it's going to work out rather well. I'm very pleased with how it's working out, as a matter of fact. And like I said, I just need to get it done. But every little bit helps. And so without any further ado, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to take a little break. I've been working on it for a couple hours and get some other things done. And so you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.